Hello, all you ghosts and goblins out there. I am Andrew,
I'm Ashton.
I'm Sean.
and we are the Night Scholars, exploring the mystifying world of cryptids, ghosts, ghouls, and all things supernatural. Today, we will be talking about the vainest woman who ever lived, the Kuchisake-Onna, the slit-mouthed woman. So how are you guys doing today?
It's a rainy day, so I feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I personally love the rain. When
I
I
can't
was
believe I'm the one talking about the weather. I'm so sorry, Sean.
I know that's the whole bit, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, just stealing the whole thing.
Yeah. But see when I was a kid, we used to like during thunderstorms and all this stuff, we used to go out in the front porch and we had this old porch swing. You ever sat on a porch swing? Yeah, you
I
guys from
have.
down south, you know what that is. Okay. But yeah, we used to sit out on the porch swing and someone else would sit in like the chair on the front porch and we would just sit there and we just watch the storm or the rain as it happened. I love to sleep when it rains. When I was real little, real little, I lived out in a trailer, so we had that whole rain on a tin roof
Oh
sound
yeah,
when I
that's
was a
the
kid.
best.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
it's
used to live in
so
a hunter's
relaxing.
lodge, so
yeah, you get it. See, I'm lucky enough now that I do have a metal roof, so I still get that. They replaced the roof on this house 3 years before I bought it.
you can take the boy out of the trailer park, but you can never take the trailer park out of the boy.
It wasn't a trailer
Boy,
park. No, no, no. We lived in a single trailer up a holler. We weren't the only trailer up there. We were the only one in that little area though, because there was a little farm next to us, and we were a little bit further away from them. Uh, in a trailer. I lived in a place where you didn't, your closest neighbor wasn't really all that close. You know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the best.
Yeah, Andrew, in that neighborhood, did you ever happen to run across a woman wearing a surgical mask that's behind a lamp post or a telephone pole?
No, I remember one time though we were camping out in the kind of out in the yard, and a bear showed up. It didn't do anything. It just kind of walked around and kept walking. We had like bears and bobcats, a lot of copperheads up that way too in the down in the creek bed.
And this is why you can trust bears. But Sean, what was that about a woman with a surgical mask? Because when I was in Japan, I saw a bunch of those.
That is a pretty
Okay,
common thing
yes.
over there.
Well, apparently, every once in a while, one of these women will ask you if you think she's pretty.
Well, all
Behind,
Japanese people are pretty, so I don't understand.
I mean, granted, but when you answer if you think she's pretty and you say yes, she'll pull back the surgical mask as to reveal a slit face or a carved up mouth and ask if you still think she's pretty, which will end
God,
either one of two ways.
then she'd be gorgeous at that point.
Well, then apparently your face would be carved like hers.
Fantastic. I think that everybody should walk around like in the movie Smile.
Oh
I think
God,
it was
I
terrible.
never watched that. Wasn't there also
It's
what was that one monster, Mr. Smiley? Right? You
That was
remember
from
Oh
that?
yeah,
Haunting of Hill House. Yeah,
Was that a
yeah.
movie
I didn't.
or was that just like a creepy
TV show.
pasta? Oh, it
Oh,
was.
never mind. No, I'm thinking about like the Bye Bye Man
Oh
and
yeah.
getting those mixed up.
Oh, the Bye Bye Man was hilarious.
What about Mr. Bojangles?
Is that the official mascot of Bojangles?
No, no, he was a creepy pasta. I think he like took people's fingers or something. I don't know. Weird guy. Unless
I
he's
don't know
listening to
Mr.
this, then please
Bojangles.
don't take my fingers.
I know Mr. Bonzo, but
All right, so we're talking about this absolutely beautiful woman with ebony black hair and dark brown eyes who walks around in a trench coat and asks people if she's pretty.
I mean, that sounds
yeah,
like my type. So.
oh, yeah, you would absolutely say yes.
Oh yeah.
So,
Uh,
Sean, would you also end up getting killed by this one, or would you be smart enough to trick her?
I want to say I'm smart enough to trick her, but I'd probably just stand there like an idiot and let her kill me.
Well, you have to respond in order for her to kill you, so I think you might be good.
I mean, right? Isn't that the only way to survive is to just not say anything? Just like don't acknowledge her, right?
You have to
Uh,
confuse her.
You
apparently
have to
you can just
what?
say, "I'm sorry, I'm late." You can say, "I'm sorry, I'm late. I need to go," and she'll just bow her head and let you go because she's still very polite.
I
Yeah. Well,
see.
basically anything that will confuse her. So like another one is saying that she looks so or
Hmm.
turning it back around on her and being like, "I don't know, but do you think that you're pretty?"
Do you think that I'm pretty?
Really, with the Buffalo Bill voice?
Oh, that's just
Strangely, we were having this conversation earlier today
were we?
before this podcast started, and
Oh yeah,
Sean
we
said that
were.
you were ugly.
I don't think Sean said I was ugly.
He said
I
that
said
he was
you and I
ugly.
have.
I distinctly remember hearing that one.
I said that you and I have faces meant for this type of podcast.
Oh yeah. I mean, I look similar to the Bigfoot probably.
Probably. I
I
really think
mean,
that have
I've
either
cut
of
my
you watched
beard a bit.
BoJack? I
BoJack
think I
Horseman?
talked about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, Mr. Peanut Butter's friend, Erica, like, you never know, like, what she actually looks like, but, like, each time that there's, like, something mentioned, like, it just gets stranger, and I think that's,
Mhm.
what we're going to get with you, Andrew.
Oh, maybe. I
But,
mean, if you
uh
look at the people who are on the poster for the Bigfoot Festival, I look like several of those people.
I believe it.
You're just an amalgamation of every Bigfoot hunter and
I'm
Bigfoot.
just a
Well,
large white man with a beard. We all kind of look alike, honestly.
Which, speaking of, if you're going to the Bigfoot Festival, we will be represented through Andrew.
Yes, I will be
you sure
there.
hope.
June 28th and 29th.
And what will you have there, Andrew?
I will have our t-shirts as well as our stickers for sale. I
Oh,
will
really
have a
nice
very
T-shirt.
limited supply of shirts, but I will have somewhere around 1,000 stickers.
And if I somehow have a bunch of money by then I will stand behind him wearing a trench coat and a surgical mask for effects.
Oh, I was kind of hoping you would be the one talking to people. You seem more like a people person than I am.
Yeah, I'll just go up
He's
to
definitely
people and
not.
say, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And then if they agree to buy our shirt instead of answering yes or no to that, then they can live.
See, that's a tactic. That is a tactic.
That is a very good tactic.
I think that's called
Indeed,
extortion, but
It is only extortion.
extortion is a good tactic.
it
Extortion
is.
is such a harsh tactic for that. It's called creative bargaining.
Yeah.
Indeed, which I actually honestly think is all that Kuchisake-Onna is about.
Like you can either lie to her and tell her she's pretty, or you can tell her the truth and die.
I mean,
Indeed.
even if you lie to her, don't you still die or you get hurt?
If you,
Oh, you still
I think
die.
if you tell, I think if you tell her no the first time, and she still stabs you,
What if you tell her no the second time?
then you definitely get stabbed. Usually with scissors,
Uh,
sometimes with a
but if
knife.
you say yes both times, don't you still die?
No, if you
Well,
say
you always
yes,
say yes.
if you
Oh,
say yes
sorry.
both times, she'll just carve your mouth to look like hers.
You still might
That
die.
way,
Isn't that what killed her? Well,
Oh, no, you definitely die. Like, before we get too far into it, Sean, do you wanna go over the origins?
the only origin I could find was a story from 1978, a, describing this woman.
Then I will go into the origins. So, there
Go for
used
it.
to be a beautiful woman who was married to a samurai, and she would go around to all of these different men, like, very flirtatiously, and she would ask them, "Do you think I'm pretty?" And he would get very jealous of this, and she would always tell him, "Hey, like, I'm only joking, like, this is just, like, fun. There's absolutely nothing that you have to be worried about." Well, of course, he ends up finding her, like, cheating on him, and so he goes and he attacks her with a knife, slitting her from ear to ear across the mouth, and she tried to go and find people to help her, and nobody would, so she eventually ends up dying, and she returns to Earth as a vengeful spirit named the Kuchisake-Onna, and that is the woman that we've been talking about so far today. Um, she the only real depiction apart from just the face and the surgical mask is that she has long black hair, dark brown eyes, and is obviously probably very pretty or used to be before that. And there's also some line about like the guy saying that no one will think that you're beautiful now to her, like after he did that.
I do remember that. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I
And I didn't really see it, but like it seems like she has a tendency to go after people who are alone and also kind of a lot of children. And I couldn't really back that up elsewhere. Did you guys find who her normal attack victims are?
Most of what I could find
young
was about
men,
children.
like school age boys, I guess.
Interesting. Because I couldn't figure out why. Like I was trying to look that up and I couldn't really find anything about why she
Uh,
specifically attacked them.
it could be that that her kids were killed all as well. I did see something about either her or her samurai husband killing their kids as well as her.
Interesting. Maybe because they weren't his.
That could be it. Is he thinks they weren't his?
Yeah. Like I know that there was like your story from the 70s was that like when there were a bunch of claimed sightings of her?
That's the first. That's the first record I was able to find of it, and then she became really popular in in '79 and '80. It's to the point where most elementary and middle school children, like, hey, I saw something like this on the way home.
Yeah. Um. Also, going back to how to not die from her. Apparently, if
Mhm.
you throw candy at her, she will stop and pick it up.
I saw something about it had to be caramels, but I couldn't confirm that.
It says hard candies called Beko Ame, which I don't know what that is. But yeah, apparently if you throw candies at her or money, you can also throw money at her. Which remember in Japan they use a lot of coins rather than bills, right? I mean they
Yes.
do
Right.
use bills, but yen a lot of times is broken down into coins.
Yeah. I did have to buy a coin purse when I was over there because of how much they use coins.
Yeah, because they only use what's the smallest bill they have? Is it the 10,000 yen note?
I'm not sure.
I'm not gonna say for sure because I again I don't want to disrespect any cultures. But yeah, apparently if you throw some candies at her, she'll stop and pick them up.
Interesting. I wonder if it's just like works with the whole confusion thing.
It
Because
does.
if somebody was like, or if I went up to somebody, was like, "Hey, am I pretty?" And then they threw candy at me, I'd be like, well, that didn't answer my question, but candy's good."
Yeah.
Candy is
Or maybe
good.
she's just picking it up to hand it back to them even.
She could
Then
be
they
Because
just
because
run out.
there's
Japan's very
there's
big about not littering.
yeah, there's several uh spirits or beings, spirits, whatever that we'll get into in later episodes that counting things and like is a way to stop them.
That's
Uh
prevalent in some of the older vampire myths.
yeah, there's one I'm thinking of that I can't remember the name of. It is mainly I can't remember how to pronounce it, but I know the creature.
You're
Um
not talking about Count Dracula, are you, from, Sesame Street?
no, no. That one that like splits itself in half. You know what I'm talking about? I believe it's. I don't remember what country it's from. I'd have to go back and do research on it. It has a real long name, a real hard to pronounce name.
I
Anyway, yeah,
will
that
Not
just
let you work through that tongue twister whenever you are up for it.
yeah, yeah, I know. That's gonna be a tough one.
Look, me and my friends had a very fun time going around saying hippopotamonstrous sesquiped aliophobia to each other all the time when we were kids, so I think I got it.
The fear
which
of
is
really long
fear of long
words.
words. Yeah.
Yeah. She ought
I
to
thought it was the
try.
fear of really long words.
So we got one down here that people say a lot. It's a tongue twister. It's what is it? Red rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Yep.
That's pretty common one.
I'll pretend like I've heard of that.
Well, do you know what a
Heard it
buggy?
before.
Do you know what a buggy is?
Yes, I know what a buggy is.
Okay, and not like a dune buggy. I'm talking about a shopping cart, which is
Yes.
which is correctly named a buggy.
Yes, it drives my mother insane because to acclimate to the South, I had to start saying buggy, and she was just like, "When did you start saying buggy? It's a shopping cart." I'm like, "I'm sorry, Mom." All my
Well,
friends make fun of me for saying shopping cart.
did you offer her some pop? To drink and kind of chill out.
Nobody
Um,
says pop in the South.
Hmm.
I, you know what? I'm
Nobody
gonna
says.
refrain from saying what I was gonna say and say, sure, yes, I did offer her some pop.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. Would you prefer if I called it cold drink?
No, it's just Coke. Everything is Coke.
Oh
I've
God.
heard that one too. Uh,
Um,
I normally say
do you guys
soda
say
now,
pop and
but
okay? I was
but
I
about to
say
say,
pop
do
soda.
you say pop?
pop is very popular in West Virginia.
Pop is
Yeah.
very popular up north. Or soda
I
pop.
And
I just started like compromising and saying soft drink.
what do you call the meat stuff that you put on a hot dog?
The meat stuff that you put on a hot dog?
Chili,
Yeah.
chili sauce?
Okay. We just call it chili.
Yeah.
Places up
Yeah, I
north, like
just
in
call it
Maryland,
chili
call it.
too. I was just very confused.
Like places up north, like Maryland, and all that, call it sauce. And I'm like, if you ever do that in front of me, guys, I will.
Got the South.
Yeah, I may an act of violence upon you about the Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, I think that's how we can confuse the Kuchisake-Onna is just be like, "Hey, do you call it sauce or chili?"
Exactly.
Like,
I
I'll
mean,
get to
I
you in
the
a
only reason I
second, but
call
do
it
you call
chili,
it soft or chili?
the only reason I call it chili sauce is because when I worked at Dairy Queen, it was an actual chili sauce, not
Yeah.
just a chili,
I mean, hot dog chili is just chili without beans.
which is wrong. Chili should have beans.
I mean, you can put beans in it, and I guess it would still be okay. But normally, hot dog chili doesn't have beans, and regular chili that you just eat with crackers and cheese or cornbread does have beans.
Ooh, that's another good confusion for the Kuchisake-Onna. Do you have chili with beans or without?
Can I ask
I'm
her?
pretty,
Can I ask her?
I'm pretty sure it's Texans that don't do the beans.
Yeah.
Texans do not do the beans because they're weirdos.
I mean, what if I ask her, you gonna eat your cornbread?
She's gonna be like, "I don't even understand what cornbread is. You can live your disgusting life."
Oh man, cornbread's good. You guys ever have a cornmeal mush?
No.
Oh, it's good. It's
So
very
this
good.
So you're saying that today's episode is instead of memes to confuse a small Victorian child, it's memes to confuse an evil samurai's dead wife?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm talking about
Questions?
food. I don't even remember what started this, but
You did? Just talking about... Oh wait, it's because we were talking about the caramels or the one candy you throw at her.
caramel.
And that's another one.
Is, is it caramel or caramel?
It's
Yeah.
caramel. Kind of
Yeah, I
like
say caramel.
Warsh, right?
So I think I say caramel. So I kind of combine both of them.
Yeah, caramel. Yeah, caramel. Yeah, yeah.
So if you've
Caramel.
gathered anything from tonight's episode, it's that there's a multitude of ways to survive. All of them involve confusion, and mostly with regional dialects. Um, I wonder if she's been around long enough to even speak English. If we speak English at her, if she would understand.
I mean, she's a spirit, so she's definitely been around long enough to pick it up.
Yeah, I
Fair.
mean, what I have is that she actually her origins kind of like confusing because it says that she was back in the Heian period and it also says feudal and it also says Edo, so I don't really know which one's accurate.
Hmm.
Well, what I've seen is like end of Edo, early Meiji.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's where the samurais would be. Is Edo.
All I know is that my notes say samurai mad.
Yeah, he was mad.
That tended to happen. That tended to happen.
See, the version of the story that I was reading, she didn't even actually cheat on him, but he thought that she was, so he attacked her anyway and cut her up. Well, cut her face up anyway.
Ash, would you
Yeah.
ask her if she would choose the bear?
No, I would just be standing there like an idiot telling her that she was pretty.
Yeah.
That's fair. I can absolutely see you doing that.
Because, like, how am I supposed to
She,
know that she's actually, like, who she is? Like, if just, like, a random person would have came up to me in Japan and been like, "Am I pretty?" It'd be like, the answer is obviously yes. You have a mask on that obscures most of your face, so it makes you appear very beautiful.
Maybe I should try that. Well, I have a beard. I think the
okay,
beard kind of accomplishes the same thing, right?
whatever.
Yeah, the beard is a makeup for guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's that's true.
I saw like a post on Facebook, and it was like how these guys talk about taking their date to the pool for the first date, and it was like, okay, you're worried about us wearing makeup, shave your beard. I'm like, no, I won't. You can wear your makeup,
Mm.
and I'll keep my beard, and we'll be happy, you know.
Yeah, it's not even about makeup for me. Any guy that asks me to go to a pool for a first date, I'm just like, you're a creep.
Yeah. Plus, yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
it's less clothing. You see
Yeah.
now, when I do dates, I like to like go to something, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
please describe your perfect first date because again, this is the Andrew dating show.
no, sorry,
It
but
isn't bad. I thought it was the answer
No,
used
no,
to get
I'm
Philip
being
show.
serious.
now I don't know for a first date. I mean, I think it'd be cool to take him to like the Renaissance Festival, right?
That would be cool.
I would love that.
That
And
would be
if
fun.
not that, like I like bowling. We can do bowling for a first date,
Bowling's a good first date.
like an activity, Uh, not really like, like dinner and a movie, or whatever. But you don't talk a whole lot during. They don't really get to know the person. Um,
Yeah, like you have to go to the movie first so that way you have something to talk about.
no, yeah,
Over
yeah.
dinner, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the last date I went on, me and this girl just kind of bonded over us both being autistic. So that was pretty cool. Didn't work out, but she was a cool person. We talked about going like ghost hunting and stuff together. Someone else that very much has the same interests that I do. Uh, but it didn't really pan out.
That's right. He's still single to all of our audience members. Maybe you'll find love at the Bigfoot Festival.
Every year I keep saying I will at the Mothman Festival, and then I don't talk to any women. So yeah,
Yep, just show up wearing a trench coat and a mask and
I'm.
Andrew will fall for you.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to. I said, so that might get me arrested.
That would absolutely get you arrested.
Just a trench coat and mask, right?
Gosh.
I'll wait in the woods so you find me instead
Oh.
of the bear. No, I am the bear,
Anyways,
but
Andrew, do you believe in Kuchisake-Onna?
uh, yeah, why not? She's very interesting. Like, it's kind of hard to tell in like an audio medium, but like the body horror of the mouth being like cut up literally to her ears is just like a horrifying image. If you ever look up like the pictures of what she would look like, things with
Right.
overly large mouths bother me. Like the same issue I have with like
So,
clown masks, right?
what about Mina from Mortal Kombat? It's basically the same thing.
Kinda, I think Mina has more teeth. Maybe she does have the teeth like that. Yeah, yeah, that like that exactly.
Alright. What about you, Sean?
I'm gonna go no on this one, and I think this is just a fun story to scare people, oh, and trying to be like, well, there's a problem with treating strangers nicely. They could kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with same just because there's not enough information, but I do appreciate all of the stories and inspiration that have been drawn from it, including what I think Tomie might have been inspired by.
Thank you again, our ghosts and goblins, for listening to the Night Skulls. You all be good to each other. Don't answer the scratching at your window.
Or do.
But most importantly, stay safe out there.
Good night.